All right, so what happens when a truly honest man stumbles upon a fortune? Today, we're going to break down a classic fable where that exact discovery, well, it spirals into this dark story of betrayal, greed, and some seriously explosive consequences. And believe it or not, it all kicks off in what seems like just another ordinary forest. And really, this is the question at the very heart of the story, isn't it? I mean, it sounds like a lottery win, a total dream come true. But you'll see, a discovery this big, it doesn't just promise riches. It's more like a mirror, you know? It ends up testing the very soul of every single person who finds out about the secret. Okay, so let's set the scene. We find ourselves in this little village called Sunapar, and our story, it really revolves around two men whose lives and, more importantly, their values are about to collide in, well, the most dramatic way imaginable. And here they are. This is basically the whole conflict of the story in two people. On one side, you've got Bittu. He's an honest-to-goodness woodcutter, poor, and yeah, he's worried about his low wages. But his first instinct isn't to cheat or scheme. Then on the other side, you've got Mita. He's the ambitious clerk, the Munshi. This guy isn't just content to get by. He is actively on the hunt for that one big score that's going to change his life forever. So yeah, two guys, two totally different ways of thinking, and they are absolutely on a collision course. And this is the spark that lights the fuse. The local lord, the Thakur, he needs wood because winter's coming, and demand is high. So he tells his clerk, Mitha, hey, get this done. But when the other workers are, let's just say, less than enthusiastic, our guy, Bittu, the honest woodcutter, he's the one who steps up and takes the job. It's such a simple order, but it's about to lead him to something absolutely unbelievable. So this simple, everyday job, it's what leads to the story's golden secret. Because when Bittu heads into that forest, he finds something that just shouldn't exist. It's a discovery that's not just going to test his conscience, it's going to test the soul of the entire village. So, Bittu finds out the trees are literally filled with gold. He takes a small piece home, and his wife, Chamol, she is just ecstatic. I mean, she sees their ticket out of poverty right there and begs him to keep it a secret. But Bittu, he just can't do it. This quote right here, this is the moral turning point of the entire story. For him, it's not about the opportunity. It's about right versus wrong, plain and simple. Okay, now hold Bittu's struggle in your mind and compare it to this reaction. The moment Bittu reports his discovery to the clerk, Mitha, this is what Mitha's wife, Nasibo, says. There's zero moral debate, not even a second of hesitation. For them, the only question is, how do we cash in on this winning lottery ticket? And this is where the story takes a really dark turn. For Mitha and Nasibo, that psychology of greed just completely takes over. It's not enough to just get the gold anymore. Now they have to eliminate any and all risk. They need to own this secret completely and totally. And their plan is just pure, cold calculation. First, they totally lull Bittu into a false sense of security. They praise his honesty, promise him this huge reward from the Thakur. Then, under the cover of darkness, they do something horrifying. They drug Bittu and his wife and then throw them into the river. Just like that. They think they've erased the only obstacle standing between them and the gold. And in that one moment, their greed officially turns them into murderers. But here's the twist. They survive. I mean, against all odds, Bittu and Chamo wash ashore in some unfamiliar jungle. The locals who find them warn them it's a long, dangerous journey back to their village. We're talking 3 days and 3 nights. So all of a sudden, this isn't just a story about right and wrong anymore. Now it's a desperate race against time. So, while all that is happening, back in the village, Meet his grand plan is already hitting a snag. See, days have passed and he still hasn't delivered any wood to the Thakur. And the Thakur, well, he is not a patient man. His suspicion is growing, and all of this is setting the stage for one final, literally explosive confrontation. So this final night just implodes in 4 key steps. First, the Thakur's suspicion boils over, and it leads him straight to the forest. And there, he catches Mitha and Nasibo red-handed, mining the gold. But here's the thing. He doesn't punish them for being greedy. He just reveals that he's even greedier. You see, this story isn't just good versus evil. It's about a hierarchy of greed. The clerk tried to game the system, but the Thakur is the system. So he ties them up and comes up with the most insane, reckless plan you can imagine. Just blow up the whole forest with dynamite to get the gold out faster. Wow. And this quote, it just says everything, doesn't it? The most powerful man in the village, the guy at the absolute top of the ladder, is consumed by the exact same greed as his clerk. The only difference is, his is magnified by his power. In his mind, his authority gives him the right to everything. There's this chilling, obsessive quality to his words. Only mine.
And right at that moment, just as the Takor is about to hit the switch on the explosives, Bitu and Chamo finally make it back to the edge of the forest. They arrive just in time to witness the horrifying climax of all this greed and betrayal, and to see what little is left when the dust settles.
And then the Takor presses the button. A massive explosion just rips through the forest. And everyone, the Takor, his men, and the captured Mitha and Nasibo, they're all buried under the collapsing golden trees. So in the end, after all the scheming, the betrayal, the murder, how much gold did any of them actually manage to walk away with? 0. A big fat 0.
And that's the lesson, isn't it? That's what Bitsu and Chamo are left with as they just stare at the utter devastation. It's such a powerful statement about what greed really is. It's not a force that just takes, it's a force that consumes. It burns down the entire forest and everyone in it, leaving absolutely nothing behind for anyone.
So that's where the story leaves us. Bitsu and Chamo, they're alive. Their honesty, their integrity is what saved them. But they go back to their lives exactly as they were, poor. Everyone else gambled everything for that gold and lost it all. Bittu risked nothing for it, and in the end, he gained nothing tangible. So that brings us to the final big question, and I'll leave you with this. In a world that's so obsessed with getting more, is just having your integrity enough of a reward? It's definitely something to think about.